Hey everybody, this is Ty Davis, aka Rebel Queen, and I'm going to start this segment out today with a bit of poetry for you. You know, I'm always starting out with poetry because I'm a poet, right? I can't be anything else other than a poet because that's what I am. But this particular thing is from Khalil Gibran. He was a Lebanese American poet, very prolific. This piece is called On Self-Knowledge, and it's from his book, The Prophet. That's like a Bible to me. I love that. And so it says on self-knowledge, your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and the nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You would know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams, and it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must needs rise and run murmuring to the sea, and the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed in your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line. For self is a sea boundless and measureless. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Say not, I have found the path of the soul. Say rather, I have met the soul walking upon my path. For the souls walk upon all paths. The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a reed. The soul unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals. I have to say that one more time. Self is a sea, boundless and measureless. How many of us limit ourselves for fear of what other people might think? How many of us allow our fears to take over our futures? What is it that you treasure the most about you? And how often do you alter it in some way to make someone else more comfortable? I wish that I could say that I had all the answers and that I found the key, but what I can tell you is that I have found a key. One of my sorority sisters said to me 2 years back, I like the new you, and I was so thrilled that I had reconnected with her, but I had to tell her, this has always been me. I just never talk about the things that are important to me. That's something. For years, I remained silent about the things that matter to me the most because of fear of other people. I can look back and recount so many times where I was angry at myself for selling myself short. It just seems that I wasn't able to find the internal fortitude to just be me, flaws and all. I think in my community, many of us have this kind of fear of making mistakes. On Black Twitter, when someone messes up, there's a hailstorm followed by the beating of the century. Am I right? If the person is a celebrity, then they get dragged all over the internet for whatever mistake or bad decision they made. When in reality, what living person hasn't messed up, made a bad decision, been less than perfect, hurt someone else's feelings, or just been real boo-boo to somebody else for no good reason? Which one of us are without any fault at all? I mean, that's a scriptural thing, but I'm not going to leave that alone. We limit ourselves for fear of all sorts of repercussions, not realizing that we are truly holding ourselves back. Mistakes are the key to success. I'm going to say that again. Mistakes are the key to success. Remember when you were a kid, well, maybe those of us that are over 40 might remember this saying, but there was a saying that used to go, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Now, I'm not saying that this mindset, that we've had in our community has always had negative connotations, because there was a time when making mistakes for African Americans meant your life. And in some ways that is still true. So there is a root in that, but we have to recognize that when we do this as a people, we're a people that carry our history through oral tradition. And so we still tell these stories to our kids, and we're not only are we boxing ourselves in, we're boxing our children in as well. We're limiting them and we're limiting their future. What we have failed to realize is that we're reinforcing the mental chains of our former slave masters that are placed on us. All the while we're resenting them for being so carefree, when in reality, a lot of this that's going on is in our own mind. There is a poem called Invictus, written by William Ernest Henley. And I'm going to read you a line out of here that is so prolific to me. It says, "It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." Set yourself free. Set yourself free from all the expectations of those who have no business having any expectations of you. Set yourself free from the things that you don't have to do. Just recently, I decided to stop doing things I didn't want to do anymore, and wow. That really makes me feel so free. I'm lighter. I feel happier. You know, I think much of our unhappiness comes from the emotional ties that we have to the things that we feel like we have to do and people. Now, I'm not saying disconnect from everybody, because we all have our loved ones. I do. I can't lie to you either. It's a painful and difficult process. You will lose some people along the way. Some people won't like that you won't be ready to drop a dime to help them at the drop of a dime, but that's okay. When you are in your 80s, do you think that you'll look back over your life and say, dang, I'm really sorry I didn't give Shango that $500? You know, or I'm really sorry that I didn't do this or didn't do that. Maybe being there for your friends, but when it comes to the menial tasks that bog us down, those are not the regrets that we have in our old age. The regrets that we have in our old age is, I wish I pursued my dreams. Mm-hmm. Many of us regret the opportunities that we didn't take, or the people that we didn't pursue. It's painful to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't want to be with you. I know that there are a lot of people that are listening that are in that situation right now, but you have to realize that is a situation that you can set yourself free from. Set yourself free. It's going to hurt right now, but allow yourself to face the pain, because there's something else on the other side of it. It's another quote from Khalil Gibran, and this is something you're going to have to marinate on for a minute. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. You want to live in a shell? Or do you want to walk on the beach, feeling the sand between your toes while you collect those shells? Set yourself free. Only you can do it. It requires something different for everyone, but when you start the journey, I promise you'll begin to look forward to every sunrise. You'll learn from your mistakes, and you will have mastered yourself in the process. And so this is what I meant earlier when I was talking about how your HopeSpeaks segment, you and I were like two trains running.
Different tracks or the same track?
I think this was the same track this time. Because, you know, there were several things. You talked about getting to that place, right? Mm-hmm. You talked about going inside, and you talked about a little bit about dealing with the pain, dealing with all the things that are hindrances. Yeah. So I want to take a minute, and I want to see if I can get some of your feedback. But I want to see if how that resonates with you, because when you were doing HopeSpeaks, it just rang all through me, and I just, you know, it just resonated with me. So I want to take a minute and hear from the team. So let me hear what you think first.
First of all, I got to write down that poet, Khalil Gibran. Kahlil Gibran.
K-A-L-I-L.
It's K-A-H.
K-A-H-L-I-L.
I've got to go. I'm be honest with you. I got to go back and read that. I got to let that thing run all through me. Beautiful, beautiful thoughts, Ty. And I know that you've had a lot of experience dealing with going inside from professionals. Mm-hmm. Not my Lucy Van Pelt. The doctor is in, putting a nickel thing going on over here. But I appreciate the transparency and that and going. But I agree with it. I've been there, and it felt like I was wearing a coat of armor. Mm-hmm. And your steps are heavy. You got to do whatever it is that you can get to you. Yeah. Take that journey. It's scary as all get out, but you are not alone.
You're not alone, and there's a reward on the other side when you deal with that pain. If you think about it, right, once you've dealt with the pain, what's left?
It's
What's
right.
left?
More pain? I'm already in pain.
Right. You've dealt with it. You've dealt with it. You've come to a real settling place. You're not avoiding it. You're not running. You're not doing the things that are keeping that pain just laying right under the top layer of your skin.
The only thing left is up.
That's right.
So you're right.
And I know, because I know pain.
Yeah.
From the time I was a kid, one of my songs I used to listen to, I know, here I was, I've always been an old soul. I remember being like 10, 11 years old listening to Billie Holiday.
Oh, wow, you went deep.
Ooh, girl, yes, Billie Holiday, Good Morning Heartache.
Yes.
Good Morning Heartache, and it was something that resonated with me, and it still does today, because she had gotten so accustomed to that depression. It's sitting at the table with her every day.
Yeah.
And so, you can live your life where you get up in the morning and you expect to, have coffee with your sadness, or you can deal with it, face it.
Let's face it.
And you can throat chop it and be like, okay, deuces. I got other things I got to do.
It takes a lot of, you've got to, number one, give yourself permission.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, I'm okay with if you don't agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that.
That's right.
And be okay with the okay.
That's right.
I've done it, and it hurts. It's painful, but it's not as much pain as is living within yourself and wanting to leave yourself.
Right.
Want to vacate you.
Right.
How is that?
Right. And also being okay with your flaws and your mistakes.
And your mistakes, key word.
And because I've learned, especially now that I do so much and so publicly in front of so many people, my name is Ty Davis, aka Rebel Queen, and I make mistakes. But guess what? Right now I don't care anymore. It's okay because it's a part of the process.
Exactly.
Marilyn, what say you?
I'm touched by Kahlil Gibran. He was back in the 1960s. I think it was my parents that turned me on to him, as a matter of fact. And I'm old, and they're older.
We're seasoned.
Yes.
Seasoned.
Pain is the breaking of shells that enclose understanding. And I think about that. It is deep. You said we had to marinate on it. And I think about it as like an egg. If we want to find out what hurts, we have to break something and go there and feel the broken pain. And then we will understand. It takes action, and that's very hard to do.